In nomine Patris, Deus te benedicat, Salvator de servabiter, Elohim Hutov, Allah Akbar, Yerhamuk Allah. God bless you. Only God knows how long you are going to live. You cannot guess. Leave it to God and do not think. Just keep going. Just keep doing what you have been doing until now. Doctors have no idea because God has created you. He is your heavenly Father who knows how long you should live and when you should die. Just worship God and He will give you everlasting life. Don't worry about anything else. Just do not offend God, the Father, and live a good moral life and don't desire unusual relationships. Remember, God can punish you in the hellfire. You don't want to have a future like that, do you? God knows everything. Trust in God. Does it sound familiar? These are the words we hear from people who trust in God. If you want to live a good life and want to be healthy for a long time, then listen to what we have so far discovered. Hello and welcome to the program. I am Suren. Is there anybody who does not want to live a healthy, long life? It all starts with a healthy mind and healthy attitude towards life. No matter under what circumstances one might be living in, or what might one be believing in, all around the world. In Australia, there is a certain saying many people use in their daily lives. She'll be right, mate. According to my understanding, it can mean two things. One, I don't desire to talk about it, so leave me alone. Two, it will be okay and I'm positive about it. And I prefer to take this second point, into consideration, as it is very positive, meaning that everything will be okay at the end. And that I also believe that everything will be okay. However, here is the actual truth. What we are doing can and will determine our longevity or not. What is your choice? Longevity or living alone? Nobody can ignore the fact that life is significantly influenced by good health or health practices and habits. Frankly, focusing on health span or the period of life spent in good health is as important as increasing the lifespan. And so, adopting healthy lifestyle choices, including regular exercise, a balanced diet, sufficient sleep, and stress management can contribute to both a longer and healthier life. 1. Exercise and physical activity. Regular exercise. Well, physical activity, even moderate exercise, like walking for instance, is crucial for reducing the risk of chronic diseases and improving overall or general health. What are the benefits we are talking about? First of all, exercise improves cardiovascular health, strengthens muscles and bones, helps manage weight, and can improve mood and sleep. So, at one stage, we need to aim for at least 100 and 150 miles of moderate intensity exercise per week, or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity exercise. 2. Diet and nutrition. Many people seem to be talking about a balanced diet, but what is it all about? Diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins provides essential nutrients for optimal health. So then, let us focus on plants and vegetables. Here is the truth statement. The diet emphasizing plant-based foods are linked to a lower risk of early death. We will need to limit processed foods. Minimizing processed foods, sugary drinks of any kind, and excessive alcohol intake can also contribute to a longer and healthier life. Does that mean some kind of meal planning, perhaps? Yes, mindful eating and even portion control can help maintain healthy eating habits. Three, sleep. Adequate sleep. Getting enough sleep is vital for physical and mental restoration, and it plays a crucial role in general health and longevity. Recommended duration: aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. 4. Stress management. Now, that is a good consideration, but how to go about stress reduction? Remember, chronic stress can negatively impact health and, therefore, longevity. Techniques like meditation, yoga, or spending time in nature can help manage stress. This means we need to have a positive mindset. Positive mindset? Yes, cultivating a positive attitude and finding joy in life can also contribute to a longer and healthier life. 5. Social connections. Strong relationships, meaningful social connections, and strong relationships can positively influence both mental and physical health, contributing to longevity. 6. Other factors. For instance, avoiding harmful habits, quitting smoking, and limiting alcohol consumption are important for long-term health. do we then need regular checkups? Well, routine medical checkups can help detect and manage potential health issues early on. What about mental stimulation? Engaging in mentally stimulating activities like reading, painting, singing, writing, or playing games can help keep the mind sharp and active. By incorporating these healthy habits into their daily life, individuals can significantly improve their chances of living a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life. Lisa Catanese, health writer from Harvard, comments, saying, "If longevity runs in your family, I hope it does, you have a better chance of living longer. But genetics is only part of the equation. The lifestyle choices you make play a big role in living longer, staying healthy, and being able to continue doing the things you love." This is so lovingly said. To start, what is longevity? Longevity refers to long life. In the US and everywhere else, life expectancy has increased dramatically since 1900s, when the average lifespan was about 45 or 47 years. Today, people born in, say, 2022 can expect to live well over 77 years. Experts estimate that about 25% of the variation in humans' lifespan is determined by genetics, but the rest can be attributed in large parts to how we take care of our bodies. That is extremely important because there is much more to longevity than just the duration of it. Most of us may not want just to live longer. We want to live longer while enjoying a good life, good quality of life, right? There are indeed simple things you can do to be your healthiest, most active, most productive self while also living longer. The keys to perhaps living to the age of 100 or over are a healthy diet, regular physical activity, and good lifestyle choices. Right. Tell us about how does good nutrition promote longevity? What you eat has a direct impact on the cells in your body, which in turn has an impact on longevity. You are what you eat. A healthy diet provides cells with right sources of energy and keeps them stable and working as they should. Healthy foods support your immune cells, which in turn defend your body against infections and other health threats, protecting all other cells from damage, and help the body repair and replace the damaged cells. The following cannot be said enough. A diet high in sugar, unhealthy fats, and processed foods, on the other hand, can leave cells throughout the body more vulnerable to damage and poorer function. This can lead to an increased risk of infection, cancers, inflammation, and chronic diseases such as diabetes, cardiovascular problems, and obesity. An excellent diet for promoting longevity is a plant-based diet. A study published in JAMA Network Open found that women who chose to eat the plant-based Mediterranean diet, which emphasizes vegetables, excluding potatoes for some reason, fruits, nuts, whole grains, legumes, and fish, minimizing the red and processed meats, were 23% less likely to die from any cause than the women who did not choose this pattern. With men, it is very similar. I will emphasize again that an excellent diet for promoting longevity is most definitely the plant-based diet. Plant-based diet involves eating lots of fruits and vegetables, beans, nuts, and seeds, and whole grains instead of processed foods. Foods from plants are high in antioxidants such as beta-carotene, vitamins A, C, and E, which protect cells from damage. Following a plant-based diet does not mean you need to become a vegan or vegetarian, or never have meat or a dessert or dessert. It simply means that most of the foods you eat should be minimally processed and come from plants. However, let me come back to the role of exercise in promoting longevity. A multitude of studies show that physical activity contributes to greater longevity due to the many positive effects it has on the body. These effects include stronger heart and lung function, improved health of blood vessels, stronger muscles, better balance, and a healthier weight. The truth is, being more active may lower your risk of heart attack, stroke, falling, and diabetes, among many other benefits. Altogether, these benefits contribute to a longer lifespan. Physical activity can also improve your mood and help you sleep better. How much physical activity do you need to help you stay healthy and live longer? The 2018 Physical Activity Guidelines for Americans as well as Australians and the worldwide community or others recommend that adults get at least 150 minutes a week of moderate activity or 75 minutes a week of vigorous movement, or an equivalent combination of both intensities. Moderate physical activity includes walking, weightlifting, and lower intensity exercises. Exercising includes running, bicycling, and swimming. Even household tasks like cleaning and gardening count as exercise. So does lifting small hand weights or doing leg lifts while watching TV, for instance. The guidelines also recommend muscle strengthening activities on 2 or more days per week. The bottom line is that moving more can extend your life. What are the other lifestyle choices that contribute to longevity? In addition to healthy eating and being more active, the following lifestyle choices can have an enormous impact on longevity and quality of life. Don't smoke. Smoking has been proven to shorten lifespan. Smoking damages lung function, heart health, skin health, and oral health, and it increases the risk of cancer. If you don't smoke, don't start. If you do, there are many effective ways to quit, including medications that can help quit smoking. Limit alcohol. Excessive alcohol use increases your risk of liver damage, cancer, and serious accidents. It can impair your immune system and result in depression. Drinking alcohol in moderation means 1 drink or less per day for women and 2 drinks or less per day for men. Drinking even less or not at all is better for your health. However, because even moderate drinking can have health risks, so be careful. Get enough sleep. Getting quality sleep is vital to good health and well-being throughout your life, and may even extend your life. Over time, inadequate sleep can raise your risk for chronic health problems, affecting your heart, brain, lungs, immune system, and many more. Experts recommend that adults sleep between 7 and 9 hours a night. Hydrate. A recent study of more than 11,000 adults found that those who stay well hydrated appear to be healthier, develop fewer chronic conditions like heart and lung disease, and live longer than those who do not. Socialize. A large study of 28,000 people linked longevity with socializing. More frequent social activity was associated with significantly longest survival. In fact, the greater the frequency of socializing, the greater likelihood of living longer. Think positive. You may be surprised that your outlook on life can contribute to longevity. The recent studies found that optimism, for instance, is linked to a longer lifespan in women from diverse racial and ethnic groups, and to better emotional health. These studies suggest that positive thinking may have powerful benefits. So, adopting and maintaining healthy behaviors can go a long way towards living a long, healthy life. What do we know about healthy aging? According to National Institute of Aging in the USA, for instance, where manufacturers influence health imaging, some of these considerations, such as genetics, are not in our control. Others, like exercise, a healthy diet, going to the doctor regularly, and taking care of our mental health, are within our reach. Same goes for Australia or anywhere else around the world. Research supported by NIA and others has identified actions you can take to help manage your health, live as independently as possible, and maintain your quality of life as you age. Taking care of your physical health. While scientists continue to actively research how to slow and prevent age-related declines in physical health, they have already discovered multiple ways to improve the chances of maintaining optimal health later in life. Taking care of your physical health involves staying active, making healthy food choices, getting enough sleep, limiting your alcohol intake, and proactively managing your health care. Small changes in each of these areas can go a long way to support healthy aging. I'll say get moving. Whether you love it or hate it, physical activity is a cornerstone of healthy living. Scientific evidence suggests that people who exercise regularly not only live longer but also may live better, meaning they enjoy more years of life without paying for disability. A study of adults 40 and older found they are taking at least 8,000 steps or more per day, compared to those only taking 4,000 steps, was associated with a 51% lower risk of death from all causes. You can increase the number of steps you take each day by doing activities that keep your body moving, such as gardening, walking, even walking a dog, and taking the stairs instead of the elevator or the lifts. Although it has many other benefits, exercise is an essential tool for maintaining a healthy weight. Adults with obesity have an increased risk of death, disability, and many diseases such as type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure. However, thinner is not all that healthier either. Being or becoming too thin as an older adult can weaken your immune system, increase the risk of bone fracture, and in some cases may be a symptom of a disease. Both obesity and underweight conditions can lead to loss of muscle mass, which may cause a person to feel weak and easily worn out. As people age, muscle function often declines. Older adults may not have the energy to do everyday activities and can lose their independence. However, exercise can help older adults maintain muscle mass as they age instead of experiencing sarcopenia. In a 2019 investigation of data from Baltimore longitudinal study of imaging, researchers found that moderate to vigorous physical activity is strongly associated with muscle function, regardless of age. This suggests that exercise may be able to prevent age-related decline in muscle function. In addition to helping older adults live better, maintaining muscle mass can help them live longer. In another study, research has found that adults older than 55, muscle mass was a better predictor of longevity than was weight or body mass index, or BMI. So what shall we do? Although many studies focus on the effects of physical activity on weight and BMI, research has found that even if you are not losing weight, exercise can still help you live longer and better. There are many ways to get started. Try being physically active in short periods throughout the day, or setting aside specific times each week to exercise. Many activities such as brisk walking or yoga, tai chi, which are usually a free and low-cost activity and which do not require special equipment. As you become more active, you will start feeling energized and refreshed after exercising instead of exhausted. The key is to find ways to get motivated and get moving. Let's talk a little bit about healthy eating now. Making smart food choices can help protect you from certain health problems as you age, and may even help improve brain function. As with exercise, eating well is not just about your weight. With so many different diets out there, choosing what to eat can be confusing. The 2020 to 2025 dietary guidelines provide healthy eating recommendations for each stage of life worldwide. The dietary guidelines suggest an eating pattern with lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats, and lean proteins. Much of the research shows that the Mediterranean-style eating pattern, which includes fresh produce, whole grains, and healthy fats, but probably less dairy and more fish than a traditional Western diet, may have a positive impact on health. A 2021 study analyzing the eating patterns of more than 21,000 participants found that people closely following the Mediterranean-style food intake pattern had a significantly lower risk of sudden cardiac death. A low-salt dietary approaches to stop hypertension, or DASH or DASH, has also been shown to deliver significant health benefits. Studies testing the DASH or DASH diet found that it lowers blood pressure, helps people lose weight, and reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Yet another eating pattern that may support healthy living is the MIND, M-I-N-D diet, which combines the Mediterranean-style eating pattern with DASH, D-A-S-H. Research have found that people closely follow the MIND diet have better overall cognition, the ability to clearly think, learn, and remember, compared to those with other eating styles. So, what is to be done? Well, try starting with small changes by adopting one or two aspects of the Mediterranean diet or Mediterranean-style eating pattern, or MIND, M-I-N-D diet. Several studies have shown that incorporating even a part of these eating patterns, such as more fish or more leafy greens in your diet, daily eating habits can improve health outcomes. One study of 182 older adults with frequent migraines found that a diet lower in vegetable oil and higher fish fat could reduce migraine headaches. And another study that followed almost 1,000 older adults over 5 years found that consumption of not having any green leafy vegetables was significantly associated with cognitive decline. Just consider. Even if you have not thought much about healthy eating until recently, changing your diet now can still improve your well-being as an older adult. If you are concerned about what to eat, talk with your doctor about ways you can make better food choices. Getting a good night's sleep Getting enough sleep helps you stay healthy and alert, even though older adults need the same 7 to 9 hours of sleep as all other adults. They often don't get enough of it. Feeling sick or being in pain can make it harder to sleep, and some medicines can keep you awake. Not getting enough quality sleep can make a person irritable, depressed, forgetful, and more likely to have falls or other accidents. Sleep quality matters for memory and mood. In one study of adults older than 65, researchers found that those who had poor sleep quality had a hard time problem solving and concentrating than those who got good quality sleep. Another study, which looked at data from nearly 8,000 people, showed that those in their 50s and 60s who got 6 hours of sleep or less a night were at a higher risk of developing dementia later in life. This may be because inadequate sleep is associated with the buildup of beta amyloid, a protein involved in Alzheimer's disease. Poor sleep may also worsen depression symptoms in older adults. Emerging evidence suggests that older adults who were diagnosed with depression in the past and do not get quality sleep may be more likely to experience their depression symptoms again. More generally, a 2021 study found that older adults who did not sleep well and napped often were at greater risk of dying within the next 5 years. Verily, getting good sleep is associated with lower rates of insulin resistance, heart disease, and obesity. Sleep can also improve your creativity and decision-making skills, and even your blood sugar levels. What shall we do? Well, there are many things you can do to help you sleep better, such as following a regular sleep schedule or schedule. Try to fall asleep and get up at the same time each day. Avoid napping late in the day, as this may keep you awake at night. Exercise can help you sleep better too, if it is not too close to bedtime. Research suggests that behavioral interventions, such as mindfulness meditation, can also improve sleep quality. Quit smoking. It does not matter how old you are and how long you have been smoking. Research confirms that even if you are 60 or older and have been smoking for decades, quitting will improve your health. Quitting smoking at any age will lower your risk of cancer, heart attack, stroke, and lung disease, improve your blood circulation, improve your sense of taste and smell, increase your ability to exercise, set a healthy example for others. One study found the men 55 to 74 years old and women 60 to 74 years old who are current smokers need be informed that they are 3 times more likely to die within the 6 years following up than those who had never smoked. What should we do? Well, if you smoke, quit. Quitting smoking is good for your health and may add years to your life and dollars in your pocket. One study of nearly 200,000 people demonstrated that older adults who quit smoking between the ages of 45 and 55 lived about 6 years longer compared to those who continued to smoke. Adults who quit between the ages of 55 to 64 lived about 4 years longer. It is never too late to stop smoking and reap the benefits of breathing easier, having more energy, saving money, and improving your health. What about alcohol and other substances? Like all adults, older adults should avoid or limit alcohol consumption. In fact, it can lead to social and physical changes that make older adults more susceptible to alcohol misuse and abuse and more vulnerable to the resulting consequences of alcohol. Alcohol dependency or heavy drinking affects every organ in the body, including the brain. Comprehensive studies from the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism show that alcohol consumption among older adults, especially women, is on the rise. The research has also found evidence that certain brain regions show signs of premature aging in alcohol-dependent men and women. In addition, heavy drinking for extended periods of time with older adults may contribute to poor health, as shown in 2016 study. These studies suggest that stopping or limiting the use of alcohol could improve heart health and prevent the accelerated aging with heavy alcohol use. In addition to being cautious with alcohol, older adults and their caregivers should be aware of other substances that can be misused or abused. Because older adults are commonly prescribed opioids for pain and benzodiazepines for anxiety or trouble sleeping. They may be at risk for misuse and dependency on these substances. One study of adults aged 50 and older showed that misuse of prescription opioids or benzodiazepines is associated with thoughts of suicide. Believe it or not. What can be done? Well, all we need to learn about the current guidelines for drinking and avoid alcohol altogether. It's important to be aware of how much you are drinking and the harm that drinking can cause. If you or a loved one needs help with substance abuse or alcohol use, talk with your doctor or a mental health professional. You can also try finding a support group for all older adults with substance or alcohol abuse issues. Going to a doctor for regular health screenings is essential for healthy aging. A 2021 study found that getting regular checkups helps doctors catch chronic diseases early and can help patients reduce risk factors for disease, such as high blood pressure and cholesterol levels. People who went to the doctor regularly also reported improved quality of life and feelings of wellness. In recent years, scientists have developed and improved upon laboratory imaging and similar biological tests that help uncover and monitor signs of age-related diseases. Harmful changes in the cells and molecules of your body may occur years before you start to experience any symptoms of disease. Tests that detect these changes can help medical professionals diagnose and treat disease early, improving health outcomes. What shall we do? Visit the doctor at least yearly and possibly more, dependent on your health. You cannot reap the benefits of medical advancements of today without regular trips to the doctor for physical exams and other tests. Regular screening can uncover diseases and conditions you may not be aware of, such as diabetes, cancer, and cardiovascular diseases. If you only seek medical attention when you are experiencing symptoms, you may lose the chance of having your doctor catch disease in its earliest stages, when it would be most treatable. Regular checkups can help ensure you could start treatment months or years earlier than would have been possible otherwise. Taking care of your mental health. Very important point. Mental health and wellness need to be seen as extremely essential to your overall or general health and quality of life. It affects how we think, feel, act, make choices, and relate to others. Then, managing social isolation, loneliness, stress, depression, and mood through medical and self-care is key to a healthy longevity. Social isolation and loneliness. As people age, changes such as hearing and vision loss, memory loss, disability, trouble getting around, and the loss of family and friends can make it difficult to maintain social connections. Correct? This makes older adults more likely to be socially isolated and to feel lonely. Although they sound similar, social isolation and loneliness are different issues. Loneliness is a distressing feeling of being alone or separated, while social isolation is the lack of social contacts and having a few people to interact with regularly. Recent studies show that older adults are socially isolated or feel lonely at higher risk for heart disease, depression, and cognitive decline. A 2021 study of more than 11,000 adults older than 70 found that loneliness was associated with a greater risk of heart disease. Other recent studies found that socially isolated older adults experienced more chronic lung conditions and depressive symptoms compared to older adults with social support. Feeling lonely can also impact memory. A study of more than 8,000 adults older than 65 found that loneliness was linked to faster cognitive decline. Research also shows that being socially active can benefit older adults. The study of more than 3,000 older adults found that making new social contacts was associated with improved self-reported physical and psychological well-being. Being social, they also help you reach your exercise goals. A 2019 study found that older adults with regular contact with friends and family were more physically active than those who did not. What can we do again? Stay connected with others who may help boost your mood and help improve your overall well-being. Stay in touch with family and friends in person, if you have any, or over the phone at least, again, if they care. Scheduling time each day to connect with others can help you maintain connections. Meet new people by taking a course to learn something new, or painting, or honing to a skill you already have. Learn about loneliness and social isolation, and get tips for how to stay connected. What about stress? Well, stress is a natural part of life and comes in many forms. Sometimes stress arises from difficult events or circumstances. Positive changes like the birth of a grandchild or a promotion can also cause stress. Research shows that constant stress can change the brain, affect the memory, and increase the risk of developing Alzheimer's or related dementias. All results are at particular risk for stress and stress-related problems. A recent study examined how levels of the stress hormone, cortisol, change over time. Researchers have found that cortisol levels in a person's body increase steadily after middle age, and that this age-related condition increases stress, which may drive changes in the brain. A meta-analysis funded by the National Institute of Mental Health normally supports the notion that stress and anxiety, as we read, rewire the brain in ways that can impact memory, decision-making, and mood. Finding ways to lower stress and increase emotional stability may support healthy aging. In an analysis of data from the Baltimore longitudinal study of imaging, scientists followed 2004 participants for more than 5 decades, monitoring their mood and health. The data revealed that individuals who were emotionally stable lived on average 3 years longer than those who had a tendency towards being in a very negative or an anxious emotional state. Long-term stress also may contribute to or worsen a range of health problems, including digestive disorders, headaches, and sleep disorders. What else shall we do? Well, you can help manage stress with meditation techniques, physical activity, or by participation in activities you enjoy. Keeping a journal may also help you identify and challenge negative and helpful or unhelpful thoughts, I should say. Reaching out to friends and family, if you have any, can help you cope in a positive way. Taking care of one's cognitive health. That's a good point. Cognitive, the ability to clearly think, learn, and remember, often changes as we age. Although some people develop Alzheimer's or other type of dementia, many older adults experience more modest changes in memory and thinking. Research shows that healthy eating, staying active, and learning new skills may help keep older adults cognitively healthy. Now, how different factors affect cognitive health? If you think your daily choices don't make a difference, Data from NIH study with 3,000 participants show otherwise. Research has scored participants on 5 healthy lifestyle factors, although which have important health benefits. At least 150 minutes per week, or moderate to vigorous intensity physical activity. Not smoking, not drinking heavily, a high-quality Mediterranean-style diet, engagement in mentally stimulating activities, such as reading, writing letters, playing games, painting, gardening. The findings show that making these small, daily changes can add up to significant health benefits. Those who follow at least 4 of these healthy lifestyles, as it has been said, and the behaviors had a 60% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's. Even practicing just 2 or 3 activities lowered the risk by 37%. Well, results from observational studies, such as this one, cannot prove cause and effect. They point to how a combination of modifiable behaviors may mitigate Alzheimer's risk and identify promising avenues to be tested in clinical trials. All right, how does cognitive training affect health outcomes? Many programs are marketed to the public supposedly to improve cognition. Although some of these computer or smartphone inventions show promise, so far there is no conclusive evidence that these applications are beneficial. So, there is some evidence that exercising your brain by learning a new skill can improve memory function. A study of adults 60 and older showed that sustained engagement and cognitive demanding novel activity enhances the memory function. In particular, the new skills learned in this study work. 1. Learning how to use computer software, for instance, to edit photos. And 2. Learning how to do quilting or painting, learning a new game, a new instrument, craft, or other skills can be fun and may have the added benefit of saving you from memory loss as you age. Live long and prosper. We will meet you again by the next episode. Thank you.